It's championship week, and we discuss Aggie basketball today on New Mexico State Sports Weekly. Head men's coach Marvin Menzies has his team rolling with 11 straight wins after the regular season finale at the sold-out Pan Am Center. Coach will look back at senior night and preview his team's week ahead at the WAC tournament. It was the final regular season home game last Saturday for the four seniors wearing the crimson and white. Mollings, Napawe, Berry, and Eldridge reflect on their careers one final time on today's episode. Aggie women's basketball head coach Mark Track will also be in Vegas this week looking for a bid to the NCAA tournament. With wins in 20 of their last 22 games, the WAC champs are the favorites to come away with the hardware. Coach Track will tell us how they advance to the dance. And we wrap today's show with head swimming and diving coach Rick Pratt. Coach will recap his team's runner-up finish in the WAC tournament. It's March, and the madness is only beginning. This is New Mexico State Sports Weekly. It's March Madness, and we talk Aggie basketball today on New Mexico State Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Adam Young. NM State men's basketball capped off a dominant conference season with a win against Chicago State on senior night last Saturday. The win gave the Aggies 11 straight and a final conference record of 13-1. Joining us in studio is head coach Marvin Menzies. A sellout last Saturday for senior night, a great way to send off those four guys.
Wow, just big time environment. You know, it's kind of what we've been waiting for, to be honest. You know, there's those rivalry games or where you play Arizona or you play a big time team and you go, gosh, you know, I wonder if they'll sell out. And we've had some close calls, but to have a concerted effort by the athletic department and that charge that our new athletic director, Mario Mocha, put out there, I thought was a great idea. And the whole athletic department staff got behind it and made it happen. And then it was just electric in there, you know, and the players were so appreciative. You could just feel it, you know, in the locker room. And I mean, they were just hyped up, man. It was fun. It was a great environment.
I know senior night is always emotional, but what was this one like with those four seniors, given everything they've accomplished? You
know, to be quite honest with you, we played so bad I couldn't get emotional. It was ugly. It was one of those games where you go, okay, let's just get through with the W, you know what I mean? But no, we definitely went out there and we didn't play our best basketball, but I thought, we got the win, which is, you know, what we needed to do. And I think there were some motions going on, like you mentioned, and I think that kind of affected some of the guys' plays or play. And when it was all said and done, when the clock hit zero, it was like, okay, now we can relax and enjoy the celebration of the seniors and the the conference tournament, or not tournament, the regular season championship. And so it was fun. It was a great time. It was very well organized, by Steve Macy and his crew, DJ Downs and Dave McCullen. Everybody involved did a great job of having the celebration very organized and very efficient as well.
You've won 11 straight now, third longest win streak in the country. You mentioned you didn't play well last Saturday. Are you still okay with the direction your team is going in as you go into this week?
Yeah, because you know what goes into a senior night. Either your seniors are going to play crazy and just have like phenomenal games, or they're going to be a little jittery. They very rarely just go in there and do what they normally do because of all the emotion that comes with the game. You know, it's hard to focus on the game sometimes before the game. Once the ball goes up and you start playing, well, then you can hopefully relax and have a good outing. But and we had a couple guys played well, and a couple guys didn't, and but we have a team. We've got a good team. So there was a lot of guys that stepped up. Pascal was great there late in the game and got a big offensive rebound and put back that I thought was, you know, one of the nails in the coffin, so to speak. So it didn't matter who it is, and it doesn't matter when any given night we can have someone that can go out and get the job done offensively. And defensively, you know, we just were very good again. I thought that, you know, we've been playing good basketball.
Your team is healthy now. That wasn't the case about a month ago.
Right.
How much different is this team at full strength?
You know what? I don't know. I mean, it's still, the jury's still out, you know, because we haven't truly, well, we accomplished one goal, which is that regular season. And that was, when we got Daniel back, we haven't lost a game. So obviously he's been a major impact in Chile as well. You know, Remy DK kind of held the fort, but But now, are we playing our best basketball right now? I don't think so. And not just indicative of last game against Chicago State, where Chicago State turned us over, to make no mistake about it. We played bad, but it wasn't just by ourselves. I mean, they did a really good job, and they're playing great basketball right now, I would say. And in conference, they might be the hottest team outside of ourselves. But the point I was going to make is that I just feel like all the guys right now they're still very aware that they can play better, which is the key. Because if we have the fortune to continue to play in the NCAA tournament, then we will really be able to answer that question after those games.
When we return, Coach and I look ahead to the WAC tournament, which starts this week in Vegas. Stay with us on New Mexico State Sports Weekly. Welcome back to New Mexico State Sports Weekly. The Aggie men's basketball team heads to Vegas this week to begin their quest for a fourth straight WAC championship. After finishing conference play 13-1, the Aggies receive a bye into the semifinals on Friday when they play the winner of Bakersfield and Utah Valley. Head coach Marvin Menzies is with me in studio. You have a large group of guys, Coach, that are used to leaving Vegas with a trophy. How big of a role does experience play this week?
Well, it's. I think it means a lot. We're always proven, after a few days from now, we'll figure out what the deal is. But I'd much rather go in there with some guys that have been there and have done that than an all young group. It's just really challenging. But our seniors know it's a business trip. It's just another business trip for us. We operate that way. We go out. We have our meals. We have our itinerary. We're doing our film. We're doing our shoot around. We go to a off-site facility to practice. We have our routine. And we literally go back to previous years' routines and say, okay, we got to duplicate this. And it's not baseball superstition, I should say. It's been proven to work, So that's what we do, and hopefully we'll have the same result that we had last year.
What are some things you have to do well this week to get the job done?
Well, I think we got to do a much better job from taking care of the ball as far as handling pressure. We haven't really struggled with it too much, but it posed some problems for us in a couple of the recent games. So we got to shore that up, and that's just getting back to fundamentals and catching the ball and being in triple threats and the guys receiving the ball, being ready to catch and meeting passes, things like that. So that's easy. That's an easy fix. The other thing is, I think there's a opportunity we've had some things that we practiced on and worked on and tweaked that I think will be specific to the teams that we're going to play, but we haven't really shown a lot of it. And so there'll be opportunity to get some of those things in there as well. We just wanted to, you always want to see if you can steal a couple plays here and there. So that's pretty much it. The rebounding is something that, we've got to do a better job at as well.
Finally, Coach, your first opponent, Bakersfield or Utah Valley.
Yep.
What do you recall about those two teams?
Well, we had a very tight contest with Bakersfield. I mean, they competed. They've got some quick little athletic players that and a very quality big in Ali Ahmed, and so they're going to pose separate challenges. They'll mix up their defense. They'll throw the kitchen sink, everything but the kitchen sink at us. They might throw the kitchen sink at us to try to stop us, but we're gonna see it all. I mean, it's gonna be boxing one, man, zones, 2-3, 1-3-1. I mean, who knows what we're gonna see? Full court pressure, different levels of pressure. Whereas Utah Valley is pretty system oriented. We know what we're gonna see with them. I don't think they'll go too far outside of their box. But they will definitely be efficient if they're making the three ball. So we got to take the three away from them, and we've got some guys on that team that have some experience as well. So we've got two different challenges depending on which guy we're going to face or which team we're going to face. So we'll be ready either way.
The quest for another WAC championship starts this week in Vegas. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam.
When New Mexico State Sports Weekly returns, the four men's basketball seniors share some final thoughts and their times in the crimson and white as we take a look back at Saturday's senior night. We'll be right back. Last Saturday was senior night for New Mexico State men's basketball. In front of a sellout crowd of nearly 13,000, the Aggies took down Chicago State to help send off their seniors in style. Aggie Vision covered all of senior night and sat down with the four seniors to hear some final thoughts before their Aggie careers come to a close.
It's rare that you have, 3 fifth-year guys. It's even more rare that you have 4 seniors leaving that are all major contributors. So obviously you're gonna have a lot of special moments. You're gonna shed tears. You're gonna shed, or you're gonna have laughter. We've had some great emotional highs and lows together. So that forms a bond that I think will last a lifetime. I feel like these seniors I'll be in touch with for the rest of their lives, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm gonna miss Las Cruces. I love that city. Everybody's really nice to us. The fans are amazing out here. They love you on and off the court, which is really important. My teammates, they're like my brothers. They're like, we always keep in touch. The coaches are like, Mike Marv is like my second dad, and Coach P is like another brother and everything. So, I'm gonna miss everybody here. It's like a big family. Las Cruces is like a big family, so I'm gonna miss everything out here.
I'm actually miss the whole team, like starting over, leaving. You got to start all over again, as far as our joking wise, it's a very good team. Well, for the team, it's everybody, it's the guys, it's just the relationship that we have with each other, whether it's coaches and players. But Las Cruces itself, I've grown to love it. I miss the people here. They have great hospitality in the city as well, because it's laid back and it's not as fast as like the big cities. So I think that's probably what I'll miss most about the city.
I like the town a lot. I like people a lot here. We have like some amazing, like really amazing people, and people who really care about us and stuff. So that's kind of people out here are like amazing.
When we go to the tournament, it's not like it's an away game for us or a neutral site. It actually feels like home court advantage for us, because we got so much people and so much fans that just bring so much love and are just cheering their hearts out for us. So I think it just makes we just feel comfortable, and I think that helps us a lot.
After the break, head women's basketball coach Mark Track joins me in studio. He'll discuss his team's 20th win and the upcoming WAC tournament. Stay with us. This is New Mexico State Sports Weekly. A&M State women's basketball racked up their 20th win of the season and capped off a 13-1 conference season last weekend in Chicago. After winning 20 of their last 22 games, the Aggies are now gearing up for WAC tournament play in Vegas this week. Head coach Mark Track is with me in studio. Coach, I know that was a big goal of yours to get that 20th win. Big for you and your program.
Yeah, we want to get the 20-win season. It puts us in the upper 20% of the 312 Division I teams. So it was a goal for our team, and it was they went. It wasn't easy, but we're very proud of the fact that we got that 20-win season.
A 13-1 conference season. What else can you say about the job your team did in WAC play?
Yeah, they did a great job. 13 and could have gone 14-0. We were missing Abby Scott in that loss up to Bakersfield, and it was a close loss. But very proud of the way the kids handled it. They won a couple of games. You have to win at least 2 or 3 games that you're not supposed to win. We were 20 down against the best team at the time, Bakersfield, at home. Came back and won that. Won a tough game at UTPA, turning the ball over 27 times. Won at the buzzer here against Grand Canyon. So you've got to win 3 of those games to win a conference title, and then you're going to win, your 19-point wins, that we had also. But we tell the kids to win a conference, you've got a conference title, you got to learn how to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and which we were last Saturday at Chicago State, and still managed to win some of those games. And that's where I'm most proud. They showed a lot of poise. And I think that to encapsulate that was the last possession against Grand Canyon, where we inbounded the ball 10 seconds, and they were very poised. They brought the ball down, very calm. Shanice found Tamara Williams, and Tamara drove and got a layup. I was just very, very proud of how they handled that situation of the poise, and that kind of symbolized how the whole year went.
You're healthy, and it seems like you have your rotation down as well. Are you content where you're at as a program as you head into this huge week?
Yeah, as a program, we're in good shape. I mean, we get everybody back next year, and we get a great class coming in. We finally get our bigs in, 6'4", 6'3", and a great guard out of California. So, I think you can build a team and have one 20-win season, or two 20-win seasons, but we want to do like we did at Pepperdine SC, Brea High School, build a program, not a team. And a program will give you a chance to finish first, second, or third every year and have a chance to either make the NC2A or the WNIT every year. And that's what, at the end of the day, we want to do. We don't want to just have this flash in the pan year where, hey, we won, and then 20 years from now, the last year we won 20 games was 2015. We don't want that. Now we feel we can be a contender at least 1, 2, or 3 year after year after year in the WAC.
You get a bye into the semifinals. You play the winner of Seattle or Utah Valley. What kind of challenges can those two teams pose?
Well, it's tough to beat a team 3 times, but I'd like to say we figured out how to beat them twice. So they've got to figure out how to beat us once. But both teams are going to post. As a fact, both teams beat us up on the boards. We really got to, we've got to do a better job on the boards. And both teams are Utah Valley is very disciplined. They run a lot of NBA sets. They've got an NBA assistant as one of their assistant coaches on the bench. And then Seattle, you're dealing with a Hall of Fame coach in Joan Bonavicini. So both teams are going to be well coached. Seattle's very athletic, but they both really hit the boards well, and they both defend well. So it's going to be a challenge either way.
You got the bye into the semifinals, so you just have to win 2 games in 2 days. That's a huge advantage, isn't it?
It's a big advantage. You win 1 game and you're in the finals, and anything can happen in the finals. And that game's on ESPNU, and it's big for the program. But we want to win that. But regardless, we're going to get a WNIT bid. And we don't want the WNIT bid. Of course, we want the NC2A bid. But regardless. It's been a really, really good season, great season by NMSU standards, and we want to keep it going. But we're just going to go there and just go out and have fun and play hard and see what happens. Remember, we're still playing with house money. We're picked to finish 5th, and now we're the number 1 seed going into the tournament. So there's no pressure on us at all. I think there's more pressure on Bakersfield because they got a couple seniors on that team, and this was supposed to be their year. So I think there's more pressure on them than there is anybody else.
Finally, Coach, you've won numerous conference championships as a head coach. What are some general keys to leaving with the trophy this week?
We've got to defend. We've got to manage the clock. Shot selection is really, really big. Playing together as a team and being poised for 40 minutes. You're not going to win any game in the first 4, 8, 12, 20, 24 minutes. It's 40 minutes, and it's just got to be possession after possession. And I think poise and execution are the big thing. Defend, rebound, and I think you can hold another trophy over, or Sasha can hold another trophy over her head at the end of the day.
Coach, best of luck this week in Vegas.
Thank you, Adam.
After the break, head swimming and diving coach Rick Pratt will join us here in studio. He'll talk about his team's run in the WAC championship. Stay with us. This is New Mexico State Sports Weekly. Your NM State swimming and diving team returned from Texas after competing in the WAC championships with a 2nd place finish in the tournament after receiving outstanding performances through a majority of the events. Joining me now is head coach Rick Pratt. Coach, a runner-up finish. I know you want to finish 1st place, but were you satisfied with the way your team stepped up to the challenge?
Yeah, I think we had some amazing swims, and we scored in every single event. Had girls in the finals of every event except for one, the 50 free. So it was definitely great to see some of the freshmen that were kind of beat up all year finally stand out and do great, like Amina Gumasin, who smashed our school record in the 500 free. That was a really exciting thing on that 2nd day. So I think it's still a young group with a lot to learn, and definitely the future is good.
Was this a culmination of consistent improvement from October until now?
Yeah, for a lot of the freshmen especially, it's all a learning process. So, and a lot of those freshmen got to a place where they were good at the end, and then some still have a lot of room to grow and get better for the rest of their careers. So it's definitely a big process for them.
Which races, in your mind, produced the best results down the stretch?
Oh, we scored an average of 26 points on every event, except for the 50 free was the one elephant in the room that we didn't score any points in. But, our distance freestylers really stepped up. Like in the 500, Amina won the 500 by 4 seconds. And then Emily Nightingale and Kenzie Soper came in also in scoring position. So our distance swimmers really did great. Our butterflyers, Doracha Lehnert was 2nd in the 50 and the 200 fly. and she finaled in the 200 IM, and of course Jessica won both breaststroke events again. Really amazing way for her to finish off as a senior.
Any regrets as you look back at the WAC championships?
You know, it never goes perfect. So you always think about, man, those 3 kids that weren't quite popping the way you would like them to go. So we definitely have some room to get better, and I think next year's exciting because Kyle's bringing in a couple more divers. So that's, even though our divers performed amazing, we just need a couple more bodies in there to break up some of the points that NAU is scoring on us. So that's a great thing looking forward.
Building on that, happy with the direction of the program right now? You had a lot of underclassmen play big roles this year.
Yeah, and we only had 3 seniors, and Jessica Legg is a big one to lose, WAC champion both breaststroke events and our top 200 IMers, so she's a tough one to lose. And then Kara Schweitzer, who's been injured and had mono and been through so many things and barely made our scoring team and ended up finaling in the 400 IM and really having the best meet of her life, as her last one was really inspiring for the whole team. So losing those 2 will be big, but we've got some great freshmen coming in next year. I feel like we definitely have some momentum. Our team is hungry for that. We're sick and tired of watching NAU do the dance in the pool there at the end. So we're excited for next year for sure.
The Aggies will head out to the NCAA Diving Zone Championships in Colorado throughout this week. Keep a lookout at nmstatesports.com for full results. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
We wish Aggie basketball the best of luck this week in Vegas in the WAC tourney. I'm Adam Young saying thank you for watching, and go Aggies.